Hey guys, Joe Garcia, and we're going to talk about donkey kicks today. Donkey kicks it's a great exercise for your glutes, but it's also one of those exercises that are very easily done incorrectly. So a couple great things that we're going to kind of go over, tips that we're going to go over to make sure that you're isolating the hip properly in your donkey kicks is really going to come from your upper body. So one of the things that we want to prevent, and I'll show you from this position, is that our rib cage stays connected. We want to stay braced in our abdominals. We don't want to go into this excessive movement where we're moving through the spine in order to get our hip up. So in other words, I'm going to show you how to incorrectly do your donkey kick so you see what to look for when you're doing your exercises. Is you don't want to go into these extension where I'm trying to get, because my hip flexors are so tight that I'm creating this excessive movement going into my arch or my back, okay? So a couple key points that we want to do is we're actually going to pay attention to what our elbows are doing in relationship to our shoulders to help us brace our abs. That might minimize, for the time being, the amount of extension that you can get in your hip, and you'll see it when I go through the exercise. You want your knee going above your hip, but don't worry about that. I'd much rather you learn how to use your abdominal bracing than trying to get a huge extension out of your hip and do it incorrectly and possibly be tightening up spinal erector muscles or lower back muscles that really don't need tightening up in this position. So, a couple things, just like the push-up, we're gonna spread our fingers apart, create a cave in our hands. We're gonna have, this is called the eye of the elbow. Okay, so this kind of pit of the elbow, we want to make sure that it's always pointing straight forward. A lot of times when we set up, you can kind of see that the eye of the elbow is pointing inwards. We don't want the shoulder being in this position. This has more to do with what's going on in the shoulder and the neck than anything else. So this eye of the elbow is going to be a landmark that we use to make sure that we're in the right position for the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to keep the eye of the elbow forward. We're going to brace nice and tight. I'm going to get into my lats, and then I'm going to brace my spine. Okay. I'm going to pick up my leg and I'm going to work trying to get my knee above the hip here, okay? Keeping my ankle tight, keeping my abs nice and drawn in, okay? This is going to be the main thing that we want when we're going through our donkey kicks is, can I keep myself braced? Can I keep 20 to 30% tension in my abdominals? Can I brace? And I'm going to use that hand placement, that pitting of the elbow, and that bracing of the lats in order to get myself as close to my abdominals as possible. Give that a try. Those are my tips for donkey kicks. Try to keep it just in the hip, just in the abs.